Overcrowding is a problem in places like this. Each one of these hopeful faces just wants a forever home with a loving family. If you're thinking of adding to your family, why not plan a visit to Cardiff Dogs Home?
Tea and cakes. Refreshed with an old-fashioned twist. The perfect place to enjoy your afternoon tea with a family or friends. You can find Pettigrew Tea Rooms at the main entrance to Bew Park in Cardiff. Call us on 02920 235 486 or visit our website at pettigrewtearooms.com.
I'm Karina Hedgerick. I studied performance and media at the University of Glamorgan, and I graduated summer 2013 with a first in performance and media. I came to university really enjoying acting and like theatre, being on stage, that kind of stuff. I studied my second year in America, in North Carolina. I got to do a lot of different things there. A few days our tutor would just be like, okay, we're all going outside to sit outside and talk about our ideas that we've come up with. And it was very like on the grass, it was very like, probably terribly cheesy, but it was great. I just loved that atmosphere, and yeah, it was so much fun. When I graduated from university, it was a strange feeling because it was like, you expect to kind of feel a massive kind of relief and excitement, but you sort of feel a bit like, oh, like that's 3 years, you know, like this is what it's come to, and it's a strange feeling. You do get a bit of post-uni blues because you're sort of like, what do I do now? You know, it's that worry. It was constantly looking for jobs, like looking for work, and actually I got a call back from the one job I actually did want and wasn't expecting to get. Basically it was Cartoon Network, and I was like, you want to interview me? Like, I was so surprised. And I remember in the cover letter I just put, I really like your cartoons. I went to your studios in Atlanta when I was in America, and I just fell in love with the company, and I really want to work with you. And it was such a short cover letter, you know, they say like, oh, you have to like make the cover letter really, because at that point I was bored, to be honest, of applying. So I was just like, you know what, they're not going to want me anyway, it's Turner Broadcast and they're not going to want me. So I just sort of, you know, put anything down. But yeah, they called me back like a few days later saying, yeah, like we decided to give you the job, you don't have that experience but you've got the most passion kind of thing than anyone else, and we'd rather train someone that has passion, that cares about the company, that's just, you know, than just someone that's going to come in, do their job and go home. So it's basically scheduling the children's like TV channels, so Boomerang, Cartoon and Cartoon Network. I look at ratings of our key shows and things like that, and then try and put them in suitable slots in the day. You know, Tom and Jerry is a key show, so you know you want that in prime time, for example. And it's all about strategizing, and obviously if there's a teacher training day, you've got to think about what's going on in schools and stuff like that, because it's all to do with that, is when kids are going to be inside. Even though I'm not doing the most creative thing that I want to do, there is creative elements to it.
I normally get up about 8. I'll check my work emails, and then anything could happen really. Hi, I'm Adi. I am the head trainer at No Fit State Circus and a trapeze artist. I look after the evening classes, so a lot of people come in here, normal people that come to learn trapeze and rope and silks and all other aerial things. I was working with Anna first. She's a trainee with No Fit State Circus. So every week they get an hour one-to-one with me. There's Anna and there's another guy. So I work with them and improve their strength and flexibility and do some circus skills with them. So today Anna was doing cloud swing, and rather than working a lot of technique with her, we were doing more stamina and cardio. I'm a performer myself, a bit less so this year because I work full-time in the building. But I still train to keep up my fitness and also my skill level, and because I have a little bit of work performing here and there, and also because I like to, and I can, it's there. So I would tour for a lot of the summer and then come back here in the winter to teach some classes because I have a background in coaching gymnastics and also teaching social circus. So I would come here and I met all the community and they're really lovely, and then I got injured last year because I fell off trapeze. And I decided to perform a bit less and teach a bit more, so I took a full-time job here. I fell off, I was working for a French flying trapeze company, because I do flying trapeze as well. And I fell from that 4 meters onto my arm and I dislocated my elbow. Next, This is a scaff tower. So this is how we get into the roof and change all the rigging. This is a floor mat. This is where you do flips and stuff. These are static trapezes, so you manipulate your body around the trapeze, not the trapeze around you. These are aerial hoops, which are very similar to a static trapeze, but a fair bit more painful, but also a fair bit more pretty. So they're really popular. There's 2 trampolines there. There's a seal wheel in the corner, which is, I was going to say like a German wheel, but if you don't know what a German wheel is, that doesn't help you. It's like a hamster wheel. You stand in it and spin around it, like a penny kind of thing. Lots of crash mats, so they go underneath all the aerial equipment when we teach classes, so if you fall off, you fall onto a nice squeaky mat. And everything along that side is all part of a flying trapeze rig, so you can see the platform and then the bar that people swing on, and then the cradle, which is where the catcher hangs from their knees. You jump across, swing on them, jump back to the bar. And here's a piece of the rope. No, that's not really enough for the drive. We've got top at the back on the lunge. You got what?
My name's Rebecca. I own the shop Cinnamon Sticks in High Street Arcade. When I was a child, I was always going to have a cafe, and it was always going to be called Cinnamon Sticks. Downstairs is a vintage and gift shop. It's all on a vintage theme. Some of the gifts are modern and they're sort of reproductions, but there's lots of old stuff, you know, gramophones, typewriters, old tills. Yeah, we sell just pretty much everything that's got a vintage round to it. The tea room upstairs is a spin-off from downstairs. I've always loved vintage things, and I'm vegetarian, well I'm vegan in fact now, and was sort of sick of going round to Cardiff and different places and there was never any vegetarian and vegan options. So I thought sort of blend the two, have the vintage background, homely feel, and then do lots of vegetarian vegan products, because I thought if I can't find anything, there's lots of people like me who must be in the same boat, and that's how I came about really. Everything's homemade, everything's sort of made fresh to order. We tried to sort of cover lots of vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free options. It's homely, lovely TV in the background. People like to come and stay and spend the afternoon. Have a cup of tea, putting their feet up. We have an old man in his 90s that comes and has an egg sandwich and sits there and watches TV and loves the old films. Young people now who love the vintage theme behind things, who love the homemade cakes. Obviously lots of vegans and vegetarians because there's no sort of vegan cake available anywhere else. So we have such a massive spectrum of people, it's fantastic. It is a bit of a juggling act because I'm also an air hostess and I work for Virgin long haul, so I'm away some of the time, so it's a huge juggle, trying to juggle the shop downstairs, the tea room, and my other job as well. But it gives me the benefit of being able to bring products from all over the world that is like really difficult to get here. So I go to China and see things, or you know, I can bring like confectionaries and things from America, from those fantastic confectionery shop in LA, and bring chocolates and stuff. So it benefits that. Love, like I said, the vintage stuff, so I live in auctions. I'm constantly always in auctions looking for new bits and bobs, and then have the benefit of baking cake in my spare time.